Hey, 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 it's me again, and I'm still sick. Uh, so I was coming home from the grocery store and I noticed, holy fuck, I've gotten like a shitload of subscribers in like the past like 30 minutes. So I'm like, what the fuck has happened? And Wyatt XM here on YouTube made a video shouting me out. So, hey man, that's fucking awesome. Thank you so much for doing that. And I'm gonna talk about you and speak hails to you in just a second because this is going to be the video where I discuss Hell's Headbash, review the show, and talk about everything. But first things first, some shit I forgot to do in the last video. I bought in the last video saying I bought 4 shirts. I only showed 3. The 4th shirt I bought, it was actually a Helvetron shirt. Uh, and I was like, fuck, I should show the Helvetron shirt in this video. Then I started the load of laundry and threw the Helvetron shirt in with the load of laundry. But just so you know, I bought a Helvetron shirt while I was there too. It's a really cool design. It says Ordo Saucinum Superium on the back. Really cool shit. And the other thing, this is an album that I actually, a vinyl record that I got that actually isn't from Hell's Headbash, but I figured I would just show it off in the interest of keeping my collection up to date. This is the Bad Brains Omega Sessions. I found this in my friend's car. He's like this huge, like anti-racist skinhead punk guy, and so I was in his car and I found this on the bottom of a stack of textbooks, and it was just being crushed. I was like, "Fuck, dude, what are you doing to your vinyl record? It's being crushed by all these books." He's like, "Oh yeah, I don't like that band anymore. You can have it." So I was like, "Okay, I'm just gonna take it because I don't want it to get fucking destroyed." So I grabbed it, and it is the Bad Brains Omega Sessions. I don't exactly know what this is as far as like what it is, as far as is it like an EP or a compilation or whatever. But it's pretty cool, hardcore punk mixed with like some like reggae. It's pretty cool shit. A cool like gray marbled vinyl. This is the first 10-inch record in my collection. So yeah, just in the interest of keeping everything up to date, I have that record in my collection now. But on to reviewing Hell's Headbash. First thing I gotta say, big shout out to Wyatt XM. I talked to him for a while. It was really, really cool to talk to you, man. You're awesome. I'm jealous of the fact that you bought the Deceased coffin. That shit is really cool. Canyon, talked to you for a good while. We were up front during the last few bands. You're a really cool, really solid dude. Had an awesome time talking to you. And yeah, man, you're fucking cool. And Runner JMA. Dude, you were really cool. Runner JMA, you're fucking awesome. Really good to talk to you. So those 3, the unholy trinity of metal YouTube guys that I met at Hell's Headbash, you were all very cool. So thank you for being there and making the experience better. Now into the show. So I got to the show a little bit late. Me and my buddy Kane, we went out together, and our flight got in late, and our rental car, we had trouble getting that. We got to the venue just in time to see Acid Witch. That was the first band we saw at the festival. And fuck, they were amazing. They were one of the main bands I wanted to see to go out there because I love Acid Witch. I love their brand of doom metal. And yeah, man, they were just an absolutely awesome live band. Got up front, sang all the lyrics, and yeah, man, I really enjoyed their set. I liked their stage presence and all the shit that they had. And yeah, it's a shame that they missed Bone Hunter. It's a shame that they missed Prosanctus and Fairy, some of the earlier bands on day one of Hell's Headbash. But yeah, Acid Witch definitely made up for it. From there, we saw High Spirits. I thought High Spirits was pretty cool. They're like an Iron Maiden sort of style, old school heavy metal band. My friend Kane, who's sort of like an elitist kind of metal, like not really like an asshole elitist, but he can be kind of an elitist sometimes. Wasn't too into him, but I thought High Spirits did a really great job. October 31st, we also saw them. They were very good. And the final 2, Cyanide and Midnight, were fantastic. Cyanide brought some awesome old school death doom to the table with some really fierce vocals. Really low and intense vocal performance from Cyanide, and just really, really groovy, really heavy. Definitely had you banging your head when you were listening to them. And Midnight finished that night and just tore the place to the ground. I mean, definitely the most intense, chaotic mosh sort of situation of the whole festival. I thought was Midnight. They did an absolutely awesome job. I love their the way they presented themselves, like the Black Hoods. I thought Midnight did an absolutely awesome job. And yeah, the first day was a great success. The merch setup was great. I remember hearing that people were like, "We're not going to have that much merch at Hell's Headbash," but they actually had quite a bit of stuff from like other vendors besides actually the label. So it was really cool. I picked up a lot of stuff, which you saw in my last video. The crowd was really cool. They're actually, a big like mix of like there were punk fans. There were a lot of women there, which was fantastic. It was just a lot of like diversity of metal fans coming together, and I thought that was really cool. So I was really happy to see all that. Met some really cool people, and yeah, the first night was absolutely awesome. The second night, maybe my least favorite of the whole. Scratch that. It was not the first night was my least favorite. The second night was very, very, very good. We got to the venue, and the first band that we saw was Helvetron, and I was blown away by Helvetron. Helvetron, I have their CD. I listened to it a few times, thought it was pretty cool, but they were much better live than they are on the CD. They are just intense and dark, brooding, blackened doom metal, I guess, sort of sound. The cavernous death metal label, I guess, fits. But yeah, their stage presence was awesome. Their vocals were really, really fantastic. Watched that one with Runner JMA up front, and yeah, Helvetron fucking killed it. Oh, who else did we see that night? Diafago. Diafago played that night. They tore the place to the ground. They were absolutely fucking insane, dude. Diafago killed it. They were so good. I really, really enjoyed their style of war metal. I mean, I've been a Diafago fan for a while, but seeing them live was fan fucking tastic. The guitar tone was so just raw and intense and crazy, and yeah, I loved watching Diafago's performance. I watched a little bit of Perdition Temple. Sacred Curse, I believe, played the second night. I didn't really care to see them. Were they the second night? I think they were. I'm kind of losing track of when all the bands played. But yeah, Diafago were fantastic, and then of course the almighty Satanic War Master that I was most looking forward to seeing on the second night. And holy fuck, man, that was my favorite band that played of the whole Hell's Head Bash was Satanic War Master. Fucking killed it. They were so fucking good. Werewolf just tore the shit out of his voice doing all these crazy high screams. They played Corellian Satanist Madness and Burning Eyes of the Werewolf sort of fused into one long track. And the response that they got from the crowd singing the lyrics along was just really, really, really awesome. And I hope that they're going to come back to North America soon because I loved seeing them. I thought they were a fantastic live band. Yeah, they were fucking great. And then Profanatica ended the night. I do like Profanatica, but I honestly didn't. I wasn't too blown away by their live show. I mean, maybe I was missing something because I've heard a lot of people say it was great, but I just couldn't get behind it. I was not too into their live show, but hey, that's just me. So that was kind of a disappointment towards the end of the night, but hey, whatever. Still really cool shit. So I'd have to say my favorites of the second day were Helvetron and Satanic War Master were just really, really fucking fantastic. Third night came in. First band we saw was Manticore, who were a very, very cool band. My friend Kane was like, yeah, you should definitely check out Manticore. They're really good. And yeah, Manticore was fantastic. They were very, very heavy, very, very tight, black and death metal. Really, really good stuff. Went back and met those guys. That was really cool. And yeah, Manticore was a great band. Another one that we saw was Nocturnal Blood. Wow, Nocturnal Blood really, really impressed me. They were probably one of my favorite of the war metal bands that played like that really intense black and death metal sound. It was probably Nocturnal Blood. They were fantastic. I had never heard Nocturnal Blood before the festival and before I saw them live, but man, they were just heavy as shit. They were really, really good. Really awesome riffs, much more legible than most of the other war metal bands, and I really enjoyed that. Nocturnal Blood was fantastic. Evangelist came on. Very, very interesting bands. A lot of people were leaving during their set, but I did eventually leave too because it was just a little too much for me, to be honest. But I did really enjoy watching them. They definitely had some intense atmospheres and black metal going on. I feel like a lot of people weren't taking them very seriously, but yeah, they did a really good job. I was pretty impressed with Evangelist. Shitfucker played. so gross and disgusting, but so awesome. Sex Man wearing that like leather crotch piece, man, with the spikes. It was awesome. They were really fun bands. I wasn't too familiar with Shitfucker when I saw them, but I did know a few choruses, and that made it a lot more fun to get up front and sing the choruses. Shitfucker was an awesome live band. The biggest surprise of the whole festival for me was these guys, Death Hammer. Wow. Like I said in my past video, I'm not a big fan of thrash metal, but these guys take it seriously and do it right. And their set was just amazing. They lost a guitarist at one point. He broke a string and had to go backstage to get reoriented. And even with just the one guitarist, they just tore the fucking house down. They were the only band that I moshed the whole set of, was watching Death Hammer. But yeah, they were very, very good. I really enjoyed Death Hammer's set. There were people ripping pages out of a Bible and just like desecrating a Bible in the mosh pit, which I personally thought was really cool, and I took part in that, which was pretty fun. And yeah, they were awesome. The band after that was Nithogbliz. I did not watch Nithogbliz. We went out and basically just got some food during Nithogbliz because I was war metaled out at this point. By the way, all the bands that I'm not mentioning, because there's a lot that I haven't talked about, I either didn't see them, or I didn't think they were that good. So I'm highlighting the ones that I thought were really good, or the ones or the ones that I thought like surprised me, like Death Hammer. But we came back in for after Nithogbliz. Runner Jamie was like, "Dude, you missed out. They were amazing." So I was like, "Fuck, god damn it," but whatever. I guess I can listen to them and hopefully still get into them because I'm not a huge fan of Nithogbliz. But then we had the final three bands, which were Inquisition, Black Witchery, and Archgoat. Inquisition did a very good job. Unfortunately, their the guitarist's tone kept cutting out, which really sucked because I was really getting into some of the riffs. They were a very, very awesome band to watch weave these really intense atmospheres with just the two members, and I really, really enjoyed watching their set. I just wish their guitar sounded been better. Got up front for Black Witchery, and that was just absolute fucking chaos. Like Wyatt said in his video, I can't believe that just three guys are making a sound that chaotic and intense and huge. But yeah, they were really good. And then Archgoat came on, and I've always liked Archgoat a lot. I've loved their sound. I like Apocalyptic Triumphator, and I like Horror Bethlehem are two very great albums. But Archgoat blew me the fuck away. I mean, the riffs were so groovy and huge for black metal. I mean, there's a lot of people at like a big festival like this who are in back, not really doing anything. They just want to watch the bands, which is perfectly fine. I did that for a lot of the bands too. But when Archgoat played, almost everyone in the festival was banging their fucking heads along. It was fucking crazy, man. I mean, people were burning pages of the Bible in the mosh pit. There was the guy behind me. I honestly thought I was gonna get stabbed. The guy behind me was pulled an empty beer can off the ground, started cutting his arms with this empty, crushed beer can, and then putting out cigarettes on his arms. And I was like, "Holy fuck, this is insane!" It honestly felt like an occult ritual was happening while Archgoat was playing. I know that sounds stupid, but the energy in the room was just huge as the whole festival came to an end. And yeah, man, it was a fantastic, fantastic experience. Yeah, it was the best show I've ever seen. I'm definitely gonna go next year. And yeah, really, really awesome. A few bands right now that I forgot to mention that I also thought were really, really good. October 31st was very cool. And also Deceased. I forgot to mention Deceased. They played on the second night, but Deceased were fantastic. They were very, very cool. I met that guy after the show. He was a very great guy. And also Embalmer. I was a big fan of Embalmer's brutal death metal sound. But like I said, any bands I didn't mention, I either didn't like or I didn't watch. But Hell's Headbash, I would rate it a 10 out of 10. It was the best show I've ever seen. It was amazing. So yeah, thanks to Wyatt, Canyon, and Josh for making it an amazing experience. Thanks to my friend Kane for accompanying me. And yeah, it was just a fucking fantastic time. I loved it. I loved every fucking second of it. So yeah, definitely going to be coming back next year.